Jai Shri Ram, folks. Once
Jai Shri
again,
Ram.
thank you so much for joining us here on Akash Vani Gyaan Upadesh. Today we're here going with my brother here, my co-host Pandit Satej Deo. Now, today's segment, as you all know, we are celebrating Guyana independence. So, Panditji, if you may, can we start our show off with a little prayer dedicated to our motherland, Guyana?
Thank you, Bhai Navin. I ask everyone to join me in an opening prayer. Om Samudra Vasane Devi Parvata Stana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padasparksha Kshamaswame. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. If I may just take a minute to explain the meaning of that prayer. Samudra Vasane Devi. Devi, we refer to Guyana as a Devi, not as a mere piece of land, but as a Devi. This prayer actually is for Dharti Mata on the whole, but obviously today we are focusing on Guyana, which is part of Dharti Mata, obviously. So Samudra Vasane Devi means she who has the sea as a clothing. The sea decorates her like a clothing. Samudra Vasane Devi Parvata Stana Mandali, and she is also decorated like with mountains also.
Correct.
Guyana has the Mount Roraima is the highest point of Guyana's territory. Parvata Stana Mandali, Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam. Vishnu Patni is Lakshmi Ma. So we must revere Guyana the same we revere Mahalakshmi Ma. Padasparcha Kshamaswami. We always ask Dharti Ma to forgive us for touching her with our foot. We can't avoid that. We cannot avoid it. But we ask her for forgiveness. We use her. We exploit the land for everything. So we ask her for forgiveness and that we revere her. And we have a lot of respect for her. That's what we say to Guyana today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for explaining that prayer, brother. What appropriate prayer for our motherland, Guyana. Now, as you all know, we are here, as I said earlier, the show is dedicated to the independence of Guyana. Now, I came here in the United States at a very, very young age, at 6 years old, from Guyana, so I've been here for a very, very long time. And I went back maybe 10, 15 years ago. And I don't not know so much about Guyana, but I know my brother here, he is living here in the U.S., but his heart and his love is in Guyana. So today he's going to explain and he's going to talk a little bit about the independence of Guyana and how we become independent. If you don't mind, brother, you can talk a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you, Hainan. And indeed, many were not born in Guyana. I must say I was not actually born there, as you know.
Correct.
But obviously my family origin is there. My parents were from there. And I must say my mother, I must give my mother credit that from a very small age, from the age of probably 1 before I even remember myself, she used to take me there.
Okay.
She always used to take me there and make sure that we never get cut off from there.
Right.
So that is how I know. And as you know, I go at least once a year.
Correct.
I go at least once a year, if not more sometimes. So, and as you said, my heart is there. Now, I would like to encourage all of the generation living in America today that we are Hindus. Many of us are Hindus. Other viewers may be of different faiths. but we respect our origin, where we came from. For example, our origin, our ultimate origin is in the land of India. Our culture, a lot of the aspects of our culture is from there. Just because we were not born there doesn't mean we disregard it. It is part of who we are, the food we eat and everything. It is all part of our identity. So even if we were not born there, I think it's important for all of us to acknowledge the role that Guyana has played to our identity. We cannot say that our identity is the same as the people who live in India today. You know, our identity has changed from theirs. I would say, that's my opinion anyway. So that's why I think it's important for us to remember. So Guyana independence, as everyone will know, occurred on the 26th of May, 1966. So we are now 52 years on from there. So I'm very happy that we have the opportunity on this show to discuss how Guyana has progressed since then. Why did Guyana have to get independence and everything? Because although this is part of our history, it is often forgotten, I think.
I think so.
You know, I think that we tend to forget our history, where we originated from. And I think it's important for us to be reminded. So I'm sorry if some of the viewers know a lot of this stuff already, but I still think it's good for you to let your children especially watch this show. What do you think, Bhaina? I think the children especially should watch.
Yeah, I think everybody's young age who born here, who doesn't know so much about Guyana. Even now we have social media, we have so much wide information in the internet. They should go and do research as well, because that's what I get my information from. Although I've been here for such a young age, I live in Valley Stream, Long Island, but I work with my community in Richmond Hill, Queens, and I do a lot of research from Google it and YouTube and so on and so forth. And I know our culture. We live our culture day by day. Every week we go in the community and talk about our culture. We may not go to Guyana, we may not live in Guyana, but I am 100% Guyanese. So is my brother here. He could live in Guyana tomorrow if he wants.
Yes, that is indeed true.
So
that is indeed true.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Sure.
Yes. So for the benefit of the children, I would just, I say children, I mean younger ones who may not be too familiar with it. We all know that before Guyana became Guyana, first of all, the official name of Guyana is the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Before that, however, it was called British Guyana, and up until 1966, that's what it was known as. Obviously, it got that name because it was ruled by the British. We all know the British went all over the world. India, I think, I don't know if it's most of Africa, but a lot of the continent of Africa was ruled by them. So that was the only country in South America, in fact, that was ruled by the British. And Guyana got independence from them in 1966 on the 26th of May. For various reasons, because obviously the reason why the British took Guyana over. And I want to make this point very clear. People say Guyana is a poor country. Guyana is not a poor country. I repeat that. Guyana is not a poor country. It is a very rich country in terms of resources and so on. That is why the British wanted to rule it. The British would not want to take over if it was a useless country. Exactly. Gold. I don't mean to show off on it, but the gold I'm wearing, all of it comes from Guyana. And I wear this for sentimental reason, for that reason, because it reminds me of Guyana. All of these things, everybody knows about bauxite too. That's a very valuable resource. Diamonds are produced in Guyana also. In fact, there is one estate on the East Bank, which most of you will know, East Bank of Demerara, which is called Diamond. There's a place called Diamond there. So Guyana is indeed a very rich country. So that is the first thing I want everybody to remember. Do not refer to Guyana as a poor country. If Guyana was a poor country, there would have been no need for it to ask to be colonized in the first place and then ask for independence. It is a rich country with a lot of potential, and we'll be discussing that a bit more throughout the program, I think.
Not even rich in minerals, but it's also rich in culture as well.
Yes, absolutely.
You know?
Because of this different people.
Right, there's so many different people there in Guyana. We have Amerindians there that still lives there.
Yes.
We have they call it Bok, the Bok people still live there. We have African Guyanese still live there, and we also have Indian, which we are. So it's also rich in culture. There's so many different culture there.
Also all Chinese and Portuguese and
correct. So folks, please sit back and relax. We'll be right back. We're going to take a segment, a beautiful song that dedicated to Guyana, and we'll be right back with Pandit going to explain to us more. Like I said, he was not born in Guyana, but he knows more than I do. So please sit back and relax, and we'll be right back. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. I don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but 6 different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. One people, one nation, one destiny. Don't stop for a minute. Come, let me take a walk with Brother Tiki. You'll see our landmarks and our monuments, they're so unique. The hybrid structure, the lighthouse, the tallest wooden structure, cathedral, 176 monuments, and the beautiful city hall. You know with the wind in your hair, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. One people, one nation, one destiny. Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. You don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but 6 different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. One people, one nation, one destiny.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Jai Shri Ram once again. And as you all know, we are discussing here Guyana independence. And I have my co-host here, my brother Pandit Satish Dio. Panditji, if you can continue, and I'm amazed at how much you know about Guyana.
As I said before, and as Bhai Navin said before, although I'm not a born Guyanese as such, I go very often, make sure I go very often, and maintain my link with the country. It's part of my identity. Nobody can deny that.
Correct.
It's part of all of our identity. As I said before, all the kids who are born here too, it's part of who you are. So it's very important to know all of these things. Now we are talking about independence. Now I want to clear up a misconception, because I hear a lot of people, even people who grew up there, making a little mistake. It's not a big deal, but I just want to clarify something. Guyana has an Independence Day and a Republic Day.
Okay.
In fact, when I was discussing with somebody recently that Guyana independence is coming up, they said, oh, so they'll have Mashramani then. Mashramani is in February.
So it's 2 different things.
It's 2 different things.
Oh, okay.
So that's what...
So the Jubilee is not connected with independence?
The Republic is not connected with independence. Okay. Independence Day, which is on the 26th of May, which is what we are observing at this time, 1966, that really is when Guyana became independent from Britain. It was not ruled by Britain anymore, okay. But the Queen of England still remained as the head of state, even after Guyana became independent.
Okay.
The Queen was still the symbolic head of state. That is what is the case in Canada today. If you go across the border to Canada, Canada is not a British colony, but the Queen still rules there. You see on their money, The queen is still there.
Yeah, the queen head is there.
Right, exactly. Although she does not rule there. So Guyana had that position for a few years.
Okay.
And then on the 23rd of February in 1970, then Guyana even got rid of her as a head of state and became a republic. So that is why that day became known as Republic Day, the 23rd of February. And that, of course, was also the anniversary of the slave revolt, the Bourbese slave uprising. We've all heard of Coffee. We've all heard of Coffee. His statue is there in the square of the Revolution in Georgetown. So that date was chosen as the Republic Day. So I just wanted everyone to be clear on that also. Republic Day and Independence Day are two separate things.
Okay, okay. I did not know that, so thank you for clearing that up.
Right. So that's important to know also.
Okay.
So I'm glad we could discuss that.
Sure.
That's why we have Gyaan Upadesh. I mean, knowledge is not only religious knowledge, but other types of knowledge too. So we're not really discussing anything religious today, but still, this is good information, I think, to impart to the public. And in terms of what I just said about religion, I would say that we should respect Guyana in a religious way. That's why we said a prayer. That's why we still started off with a prayer. We should regard Guyana as a Devi. That is my opinion. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think it's our motherland. Same
Yes.
thing that the people from India discuss.
Right,
They all
exactly.
just talk about India
Right.
is the motherland. Guyana is our motherland. That's where we came from. So why not?
Yes, indeed. That's a very good point. Yes. Also, I would like to draw everyone's attention to what Bainavin and myself are wearing today. I wear it very often, as Bainavin know. I think half the time you see me or more, probably.
Right.
I'm wearing this thing. So, just in case, again, any of the younger people do not know, as I said, a lot of older people will be watching this show and say, why is this young man telling us all this? We know all of this already. But as I said, there are many younger people who do not know enough, I think, about Guyana and Guyana's culture. So that's why we're explaining these things.
Well, our shirt is called Scholar Sarjak. Many young youths does not know that, but I'm sure the older people, like when it is, the older people know about it. So he had given me the Sarjak for my birthday a couple of days ago. So I said, what appropriate day to wear it today? So like I said, he's always wearing the Sarjak every time we go somewhere. So he gave me this because I always look at him and says, wow, that's a beautiful shirt. So it's a Sarjak we wear on the appropriate day of today, celebrating Guyana independence. So we decided to wear this today.
Yes, and I'm very happy. I must say it looks very good on you.
Thank you.
It fits perfectly and everything. The history behind this particular shirt, the Sarjak, now, is because, as I said, Guyana was colonized by the British first. Now, the Western standard has taken over the whole world. That when we wear formal dress, you are expected to wear like a tie and a suit,
Right.
like a jacket. That is just the norm if you have to dress formally. Now, in Guyana's climate, can you imagine having to go around like that all the time with a tie choking your neck in that heat? So, to get rid of that colonial standard, it was decided, it became a standard, that something more comfortable for that climate should be worn instead, as a formal dress. So that's why when you go into parliament or court or anywhere like that, where over here you would be expected to wear the tie and the suit and so on, as a symbol of independence also, that you're not ruled by the British standard anymore. Something different was formed, and that's what this is. This is a formal dress.
Okay.
Yeah. This is not just like a casual dress. This can be worn inside the court, as I said, anywhere where you have to dress smart and not casually. You can wear this there. So that is the history behind this shirt also. This shirt is a symbol of independence.
Great.
That's what it is, and that's why it's very appropriate to wear for this show. It's a symbol of independence. That you don't need to choke your neck with a tie anymore,
Right.
and wear the suit. Of course, in America, we have to respect the country we live in. While we're talking about all of this, we have to respect the country we live in too, and that's why Bainavin, he talked about what I gave to him. I gave him the shirt. Well, look what he gave me. This pin, which he is wearing also.
Right.
Yes. Which symbolizes that loyalty to Guyana and also to America too. The American flag is there. So while we are remembering Guyana, we have to stay loyal to. We have to be loyal to our own country of residence, now. So that's why I mentioned that too. I'm not encouraging you to go to court over here and wear dress like this. You know, so.
But it is a very comfortable shirt.
It's
I
comfortable,
should say, you know. So I thank you so much for this, and it makes me look. I'm gonna wear this a lot. So
yes,
I'm glad you did.
I hope so. And next time I go to Guyana, I might get some more for you.
Good, perfect.
And the name short jack, it is actually short jacket. That's what the word mean really. It's a cross between a shirt and a jacket. You know, if you wear your jacket, it will have pockets here at the bottom also. You see, it has pockets in the bottom too, and it will have a pocket here. So it's like a cross between a shirt and a jacket.
Okay.
It's not like a regular shirt. It's a shirt, but it's designed upon a jacket.
Okay.
So you don't have to put on another jacket.
Jacket on it. Okay.
Right. So it's perfect for Guyana's climate. And believe me, I have had days in Georgetown when I have to walk between banks and the Guyana Revenue Authority and the court and all kind of places where you have to dress properly. And if I had to punish with a tie and a jacket in that climate, I don't know how I would have managed with that. So I'm very happy that this short jacket was introduced during that period.
Okay, my friends, we're gonna take one more selection dedicated to Guyana, of course, and we'll be right back. Let's sit back and relax. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Wake the village and tell everybody, man, woman, and picnic. It's folk song time. It's time to wine. Hey, hey. Oh Lord, hit me, hit me. Dear land of Guyana, I love you more than roti and dal. Morning neighbor, morning neighbor, morning neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. When you been a home, you not been tell me morning. But now because you money down, you hustle to tell me morning. Why? Gio go girl, where you go? Lady Bunting walk home, yeah. Why Rich, how you doing? Albion, you too. You know Pablo? Hey, yeah man. Bamboo fire is what kind of fire? Bamboo fire makes so, he makes so. Bamboo fire is a hot fire. Bamboo fire makes so, he makes so. Bamboo fire makes so, makes so. Bamboo fire makes so, makes so. Mexo, what yeah? Auntie Mos, what you doing, girl? Alright? Hey. Here Auntie Mos, Sahala. Here Auntie Mos, Sahala. 4-day morning, caca crow. Here Auntie Mos, Sahala. Pick up your bundle, come let me go. And here Auntie Mos, Sahala. Oh yeah. Neighbor, lend me your matter. The planting getting cool. You remember your small days? All the little children, sing along. Small days is a good time. Small days is still on my mind. Me neighbor had some little children. If you see how they singing, I just really admire them. What they sing? Rick chick conga day. Rick chick conga day. Lift up your hand conga day. Lift up your leg, me say conga day. Wind up your waist conga day. Jump up conga day. Jump up everybody, yeah. Jump like you crazy. Oh yeah. Let me go bust a line by the crocodile now. Hey yeah. Jane and Gage and the village fire run wild. Jane and Gage and the village fire run wild. Run a coca down, something broke away. Run a coca down. Run a coca down, something broke away. Run a coca down. 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 Oh yeah. If me nah be come, me nah be no. dead yeah for man. If me nah been come, me nah be no woman a dead yeah for man. Take me there, that's heaven. Well, I went to the market, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and I see Auntie Shippy, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and I take away she basket, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and she pick up a rocket, ting-a-ling-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling, 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 ting-a-ling-a-ling, oh yeah. Kanaka drum, Guinea border dance on me Raja. Folka kanaka drum, Guinea border dance on me Raja. You hug me, you kiss me, you pull out me dhoti. You take me a you aji for she to beat up me. Now you left me. Folka kanaka drum, Guinea border dance on me Raja. Folka kanaka drum, Guinea border dance on me Raja. Hey, hey, it's Folka curry coming down, you know. Nah eat a fish, mama, nah eat it. That come fish, don't eat it. Yeah, ganja money girl. Oh Lord, me bucket got a hole in the center. And if you think I'm telling lie, put your finger. Oh Lord, me bucket got a hole in the center. And if you think I'm telling lie, put your finger. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Maybe not content for swim, I want a dirty me skin. Maybe not content for swim, I want a dirty me skin. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Maybe not back down for walk, me not know when man in train pass. Maybe not back down for walk, me not know when man in train pass. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Uncle Joe, give me more, let me go. Alright. Lova bandi damandi gala hala murder. Sanko liki lova bandi damandi gala hala murder. Hey, lily gal, lily gal, lily gal, lily gal, what make you crazy so? Lily gal, lily gal, lily gal, lily gal, what make you crazy so? Well, I've been bandi dam and I'm hold me honest, that make me crazy so. I've been bandi dam and I'm hold me honest, that make me crazy so. Alright, this one for all them Bronx skin girl. You're sweet like a chocolate. See me pretty brown girl calling for me, calling for me, calling for me. See me pretty brown girl calling for me. Terry wants some bobo, me really want some bobo. She be want some bobo. There's a brown girl in the ring, tra la 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 la. There's a brown girl in the ring, tra la la la. There's a brown girl in the ring, tra la 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 la. She tell me that she wants some plum 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 plum. Essie creep over beast and demarara. Brown skin girl, stay home and mind, baby. What you talking? Brown skin girl, stay home and mind, baby. Terry's going away in a sailing boat, and if I don't come back, bring in the damn sweet man. Oh Lord, trouble in the place. Open the door, let the gal come in. All that we are one family. Open the door, let the gal come in. All that we are one family. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, baby. All that we are one family. Give me, give me, give me, baby. All that we are one family. It's time to say ta-ta. Me going away, me going away. Perhaps me go come back some other day. Me going away, me going away. TG I go come back for matrimony day. Me going away, me going away. TG I go come back for matrimony day. Me going away, me going away. TG I go come back for matrimony day. Me going away, me going away. TG I go come back for matrimony day.
Jai Shri Ram, folks. Welcome back. Today we are discussing Guyana independence, and I have my co-host here, Pandit Satej Dio. We have taken two wonderful dedication songs dedicated to Guyana. Do hope you're enjoying it, and do hope you're enjoying our program so far. So Panditji, you have a very special book here with you today.
Yes, this is indeed very special to me. This is written by my Vidya Guru, Pandit Ramsaran Sankar. And this is the book here. As you can see at the top there is entitled Guyana, Watan Hamara. And my Guruji, Pandit Ramsaran Sankar, his picture is on the back there. He is the one who taught me Panditai and everything. He is the one who encouraged me. Along with my Diksha Guru, I have two gurus. One is a Diksha Guru who gave me Janeo and so on. That is Pandit Hardev Tiwari. Then I have this Guru who actually taught me.
Okay.
So Pandit Ramsaran Sankar. So he had two great love in his life. And probably that's why destiny drew us together. The two great love, one was for Guyana, although he lived in England. He also used to go back very frequently. The second love of his life was the Hindi language. He loved to speak in Hindi. And he loved to use the Hindi language whenever he can. And also by now, and you know, I also do this.
Correct.
I have the honor of teaching Hindi for the Sangeet Samaj and so on. So I like the Hindi language also. And he wrote this book. It's a series of poems about Guyana, all about Guyana. Now some of the poems refer to some not so pleasant events in Guyana in the 1960s. That's when Guyana was getting independence. Now, a lot of people who lived around that time, I mean, I'm too young to know personally, and my brother is also a young man. He looks very young, doesn't he? I'm sure you all will agree. But like his parents and my parents would know more about this period than we would. So I'm not going to read those poems. But there is one poem in the beginning here. Those who can read Hindi can probably see the script. It is entitled Guyana Hamara. Now, those who understand, Guyana Hamara means our Guyana. Now, I'll just read a couple of lines. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just a couple. Just so you can get a feel of the beauty of the Hindi language and how even more beautiful it sounds when we describe in Guyana. जिसमें सुंदर नदियाँ बहकर अटलांटिक में मिलती है, ऐसे के वो डेमरार और बर्बीस मन हर याद दिलाती है, जिसमें रोराइमा की चोटी अटल निशानी बनती है, जलप्रपात कैचोर की महिमा तीनों लोक में मिलती है. So it's very basic introduction about Guyana in that poem, saying that beautiful rivers, many beautiful rivers flow in that land. And they all meet in the Atlantic. The three main ones, as the vast majority of you will know, is Essequibo, Demerara, and Berbice. जिसमें रोराइमा में की चोटी अटल निशानी बनती है. That Roraima, that's the mountain we mentioned earlier, is also there. Very famous mountain, the highest point of Guyana, in fact. Jalprapat means waterfall, and Kaichor, of course, everybody knows about Kaichor Falls. Although many have not visited there, we all know about that. That is reputed to be the highest single drop waterfall, right? So it's very magnificent indeed if you go and see it. And you know, I can take up the whole show discussing this wonderful book here. It is a very simple design, as you can see. It's a very old book actually. You know, a long time ago, not many fancy graphics were available. I'm sure if my brother here could have designed the book, he would have done an excellent job. But this is done before his time. So I'm very privileged to have this book in my possession, and I encourage all of you to have the same love and respect that my Guruji had for Guyana. And also, we're talking about writing poetry for Guyana in Hindi. By now you will remember that we just passed through the Chautal season a couple months ago. And what do you think I'm going to discuss now?
You wrote a beautiful
here we are.
Chautal dedicated to our motherland, Guyana.
Yes.
And when he sing it, we go to different places and sing it. People is like in awe because it's such a beautiful Chautal that my brother here wrote himself.
Thank you very much for that nice description of the Chautal. So I just want to take a couple of minutes to discuss that maybe.
Sure. Now, before you go on to that, is this
Yes.
book still available for people to purchase if they're looking to buy this book? I know it's a very old book.
Yes. I only know of one person in England who would be able to provide that book. It's not, I don't think it's widely available anymore, generally available.
But if you want, you could go on the internet and you can search.
Yes.
If you can give them the name again and
Yes.
the title.
Guyana, Watan Hamara by Pandit Ram Saran Sankar. That is the name of the book. It's here. If you Google that, there is also an introduction in English. Just to let you know that also. He has written an introduction in English to the book, just to explain why he did this. A lot of people ask the question that why did he waste his time with this? English is an international language. Why did he bother writing in Hindi?
Right.
But it's the same idea, preserving our culture. That's what it is. Even if it's not a widely spoken language amongst our people anymore, we should still try and preserve our culture. So that's what he's trying to do. Our Indian heritage as well as Guyanese heritage also. That's what he's done. And I think it's a marvelous thing he did. And he inspired, and I must say, how I wrote that Chautal, he inspired me to do that. The poem I was reading just now, actually, a lot of words are very similar to the Chautal that I wrote. So I would just take a minute or two to explain the Chautal that I wrote. The chorus line is Dunya mein sabse pyara Guyana hamara, meaning that in the whole world, Guyana is most dear to us. And then there were two verses to that Chautal. One says, Bahut pani ka desh kahave jal prapate ki dhara. Bahut pani ka desh. The meaning of the word Guyana, this is something a lot of people don't think about as well. The word Guyana is actually an Amerindian word. Okay. It's an Amerindian word which means land of many waters. Everybody knows that Guyana is the land of many waters, but that isn't actually the meaning of the word. So that's what I put there. Bahut pani ka desh kahave jal prapate ki dhara. Where famous waterfalls, as we heard in the poem there also, are there. And then another line said, Chhe logo se desh kahave, vilayati ko hara. Meaning that Guyana is a land of 6 people. You were discussing that earlier on. How it's rich in culture because of the variety of people, the diversity of people who live there. And those are the 6 people. The Amerindian, as you said, was the first people there. Africans, Chinese, Portuguese, the Indians, to which we belong, and also some people put European as a 6th category also. So, and I've heard some people refer to the 6th category as like the mixed race people, people who belong to more than one of those people. So there are different versions of that, but 6 people generally is the accepted norm. Yes, yeah. So that Chautal had a lot of things. To be honest with you, we're out of Chautal season now, so we're not saying Chautal anymore. So I'm just reading off a couple of the lines that I can remember off the top of my head of what I wrote there. I sat down and I wrote this thing, and I can't write anything just so. It has to be something that inspires my heart, that moves me to write something. So that's how I ended up writing this. And as I said, Chautal is normally in praise of a devata, like Devi Sharada, Sumira, and Shiva Shankar, right? Praise of Lord Shiva. As I said before, Guyana should not just be looked at as a piece of land, but as a Devi. So that's why I said there's nothing wrong with writing a Chautal in her praise, because we're praising her like a devata, as we should do. Right? So that's why I did that. And I'm very happy that you appreciate the effort behind Navin and many people in the community. I'm not saying this out of arrogance.
No. I applaud you. When I first heard it, I was amazed. So thank you so much for that, and for you to explain how you become, how that Chautal become. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I'm sure most of our viewers appreciate it as well. My friends, we're going to take another segment, another dedicated song dedicated to our motherland Guyana, and we'll be right back. Jai Shri Ram. Yes, young friends, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed a beautiful, beautiful song dedicated to Guyana. So back to you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Now, another thing about Guyana we should discuss today is the flag. I think.
Sure.
I think that's something important too, which is called the golden arrowhead.
Correct.
Now, in a lot of things we would have seen it. We would have seen it everywhere. Nobody needs to be told what the Guyana flag looks like. We have it on our shirts here today.
And you also saw it in the opening segment as well.
Right, so a bigger version.
Sure.
Yes, so it will be very clear. So we know that there are 5 colors, red, coming from left going right, red, black, yellow, white, and green. So red is sacrifice, black represents perseverance, right? That means not giving up. Yellow is the mineral wealth of the country, which we discussed earlier also. The white represents the water.
Okay.
Although Guyana has black water, I don't know why they put white for water in that case. But white is generally a color used for water. And green, obviously, it represents the interior, the forest. Now we know the majority of Guyana, as you will know. I mean, you really grew up in your childhood until before you came here. So you can discuss this with us a little bit as well. That most of Guyana is covered by rainforest today.
Correct.
It is only really the coastline and the banks of the river. That's why we have things like East Coast, West Coast, West Bank, West Coast, and so on. Those are the only parts that are really inhabited by a significant population. The whole of Guyana is not populated really. I mean, densely populated. It is the coastline mostly and the rivers. And you are from Port Morant, I believe,
Correct.
originally.
Yes.
Which would be Borby side, Quarantine, Borby side. That is an example. That is near the coastline. You see, in fact, that is right on the coastline when you're driving in that direction. So most of Guyana is covered by rainforest, and a lot of ecologists in the world have called the rainforest the lungs of the world because all of the trees in the interior, they provide oxygen for us. And they cleanse the air, they cleanse the atmosphere of the earth. And Guyana is one of the few countries where the majority of the land is covered in this still. And that is why the biggest part of the flag has to be green, right? Because Guyana is full of greenery. And I think that is a good thing. That is another form of wealth also. You know, there are many types of wood they call greenheart wood.
Right. One of the strongest wood in the world.
Right, you see? That's why they can make their house from wood.
Right.
Because it will not buckle them. They make their house from wood. Nowadays, if you go today, those who go recently, like how I go, like nowadays, concrete has become a popular thing to build. Now you see concrete houses and so on there now. So it's no longer, the wooden house is no longer fashionable, but still the majority of the houses are wood. So all of these things Guyana has to offer. Now another thing I would just like to briefly discuss. We talked about the 6 people of Guyana. Now, I'm sure you have friends of many different backgrounds. You know, we all have friends of many different backgrounds. We don't only mix with our own people. We live nicely with everybody, and that's how we should do. And I think that is one of the reasons why Guyana has got such negative press, is because historically there has been conflict between the people. Now, the political parties, I'm not here to discuss politics or take any side. I'm not saying that I'm PPP or PNC. Right? I as a Pandit, I only involve myself in religious and spiritual matters. But I'm only making one point here. And the point is that the political parties have been dominated by race. There is what is known as a black party and an Indian party.
Correct.
It should not be that way. It should not be that way, in my opinion. People should not live like that. If people can live harmoniously, which they do for the most part. I will tell you, when I stay with my family, the neighbors are African Guyanese, they're black Guyanese. We live nicely with each other.
Right.
It's only the politicians who are making this
problems.
nonsense. You see, so I think if they get their act together, they can improve the image and reputation of Guyana. Because I'm sure that's why many people don't go back, because they hear so many negative things. I mean, I don't know, you probably hear a lot of negative things about Guyana. And that's why people do not go back. So I think that is an important point to note as well. There are 6 people of Guyana. but they should live, everyone should contribute something to making sure they live harmoniously with each other. When I say living harmoniously, I'm not saying we abandon our own individual culture. We still keep our Hindu culture. I'm not saying to give that up. I mean, I'm the last person who will say such a thing as that. But still, we live nicely with everybody else. I think that's an important message for everyone.
I agree. I think everybody should live in harmony.
Yes.
Live in love, and respect each other's religion and respect each other's culture as well. And I think that should be a wonderful embrace of Guyana, for everybody to embrace each other, to have a wonderful, peaceful country that we live in. And most of us will go back and forth, because some people, like Panajija said, they're afraid of going back to Guyana because of that. So thank you so much for explaining that, the color of the flag and everything. So my friends, we'll be right back. We'll take another selections, and we'll be right back to finish up our show for today. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Oh yes, it's MC Droopy, Terry G. Let me go. What this is? PK feature. Yeah.
She take away my heart, she take away my soul. The one thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She tell me that she love me, but that is not true. She tell me that she love me, but that is not true. So I turn to my best friend, Johnny Walker Blue. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold.
Yeah, you can try, you can try all you want. Eldorado gold, what I really, really want. Drinking liquor, me feel alright. Everybody come, let me dance all night. Jump a wave, let me see you jump a wave. Everybody jump a wave, let me see you jump a wave. Everybody jump a wave, jump a wave, jump a wave. Everybody.
I bring the girl from Irish and she cannot cook. I bring the girl from Irish and she cannot cook. I bring the girl from Irish and she cannot cook. Every time I catch she liming on Facebook. Every time I catch she liming on Facebook. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold.
Yeah, you can try, you can try all you want. Eldorado gold, what I really, really want. Drinking liquor, me feel alright. Everybody come, let me dance all night.
One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold.
My Eldorado gold gonna stay with me. Inside, outside, any party. You can take my heart, you can take my soul, but you can't take my Eldorado gold.
Jump away, everybody jump away. Let me see you jump away. Everybody jump away, jump away. Turn and tell me that she love me. The girl turn and tell me that she love me.
Let me go.
The girl turn and tell me that she love me, but she one and only true love is she Samsung Galaxy. She one and only true love is she Samsung Galaxy. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. The one thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me Eldorado gold. She tell me that she love me, but that is not true. She tell me that she love me, but that is not true. So I turn to my best friend, Johnny Walker Blue. She take away my heart, she take away my soul. One thing she can't take away is me El Dorado gold. One thing she can't take away is me El Dorado gold. One thing she can't take away is me El Dorado gold.
Jai Shri Ram, folks, welcome back. Do hope you enjoyed that beautiful song dedicated to Guyana as well. Badaji, straight over back to you.
Thank you, Bhai Navin. I must also compliment you for the wonderful background you're providing for this show.
Yes.
As we have been discussing here, a lot of scenery has passed behind us, and I'm sure you are enjoying those wonderful scenes. There are so many scenes in Guyana. Kaieteur Falls is one, for example, as we mentioned. Stabroek Market, the clock tower about Stabroek Market, that's another thing. St. George's Cathedral, there are all of these things. The lighthouse, all of these wonderful sites can be seen in Guyana. Even the rainforest itself is a wonderful site. Although it's not a man-made monument, it's still very, very beautiful also. So I do indeed hope you enjoyed that scenery behind us. So these are wonderful places, I'm telling you. You can go there. They have so many resorts now. In fact, Bhai Navin was telling me recently he would like to go to a resort if he goes to Guyana.
Oh yeah, sure.
The Whitewater Resort. I've never been to that one.
There one is called Arrowhead as well.
Yes.
Arrowhead
right.
Resort.
Yes.
Whitewater, like you just said.
Exactly.
So this resort beautiful. You could go and Google it. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I myself have been to Baganara and Baracara. Those are two
nice.
resorts in Essequibo, actually. I've been to Kaieteur Falls also. Orange Duke Falls is another waterfall.
Okay.
You can actually sit under that fall and let the water fall in your
that's
skin.
nice.
It's a
I like to
smaller
do
one.
that,
It's
yeah.
not like Kaieteur.
Right,
It's small. I tell you, it's wonderful. And I drive in Guyana. I drive there very comfortably. Be careful, obviously. There is a crime situation there.
I mean, like that's everywhere else.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you go, there's
Yes.
some kind of crime.
Right, exactly. And like when you go there, you cannot wear valuables and make yourself look like a
Flashy,
rich person.
yeah, right,
Exactly.
correct.
Yeah. So I mean, I wear, as I said, for sentimental reason over here. But obviously, when I'm there, I don't need to be reminded of there because I'm there.
Right, so you take
so
it
therefore, I don't wear these things when I'm over there. But all you have to do is exercise caution. I go every time, and I stay very safe because of that reason. You just have to exercise your sense, when you're moving about. It is not a place where you're constantly under threat. Do you know how many illegal immigrants? There are thousands of illegal immigrants in Guyana because people in neighboring countries want to come there and live. Venezuelans, well, we all know Venezuela unfortunately is in bad condition.
Correct.
Thousands of them are in Guyana. People from other neighboring countries too. So Guyana is a wonderful place. I even met somebody from Syria in Guyana. He was working there in the shopping mall. So people from all over the world are going there, and he's saying, and we all know Syria obviously has a lot of crisis going on there too. But not just because of that, but he said Guyana is such a beautiful country, he would not think of leaving there. This is somebody from Syria.
Wonderful.
And other countries too, which are not in such a desperate situation. They live there also. I know people who lived here for decades and they went back there to live. People who lived in Canada and England and they went back there. So it's a wonderful place. It really is. And I encourage anyone who hasn't gone recently, please do make the effort to go and maintain your link with there. Do something nice for the people. There's many orphanages and so on there that we can go. We're doing well in this country. We live well in this country compared to the many people there. We can go and help them also. So I think everyone should think about these things we have discussed today.
Wonderful.
And try and do that.
Folks, don't let social media scare you and scare you off from going to Guyana. Go for yourself, experience it yourself. My brother is going there like once a year, sometimes twice a year. But the next time he goes there, I'll definitely go there. We'll take our camera with us. We'll capture some moments in Guyana and bring it back that we can show you as well. As you see, our scenery back of us here, showing all types of different area of Guyana, as well as all over Georgetown, as well as Berbice as well. So please go to Guyana, enjoy yourself. Take your kids if they're born here and never seen it. Take your kids there as well so they could experience it as well. I want to thank you so much again for tuning into Akash Vani and Gyaan Upadesh, and I want to thank you, brother, for once again taking time off your busy schedule to be here. I know you're very busy individual person, and I want to thank you for doing that.
Thank you. It's my pleasure as always.
Folks, if you want to dedicate a song to you or anniversary or any special occasion coming up, please do send us an email, akashvani@gmail.com. That is akashvani@gmail.com. And also, please support our radio program, Akash Vani Radio. We are on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a free app. Download the app, Akash Vani Radio, on your smartphone, and you can tune into us or listen to us all the time. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. The time has gone by so fast once again. Apanaji, thank you again. Jai Shri Ram. Have a wonderful week. And we'll see you back here next week. Same channel, same time.